Hey folks, welcome back to another Massive video, and we got the new Grass and Poison Egg event in, right? And let's go over the new mons, I guess. I mean, the ones that you get from this one are Zubats and Nidoran female for the poison half of the event, and then for the grass half, you got Bulbasaur and Tangela. The only new unit over here is Tangela, so we'll go over Tangela. We won't go too much over the old ones because obviously they're already in the game. Folks probably have them already, right? So they're not like super new. I guess I'll talk about like the shiny ones a bit, because we'd have like 3 shinies in this batch, right? We got shiny Tangela, shiny Nidoran female, and shiny Bulbasaur, right? So just quickly going over the 2 shinies. First of all, Bulbasaur, in my opinion, they got the wrong shiny. They give it the shiny to Striker Bulbasaur which by the way, Striker Bulbasaur not bad, but Tech Bulbasaur is definitely the better one over here, right? You got Troublemaker 1, Sleep Powder, right? So you got a guaranteed, well, not guaranteed, but you know, as long as the opponent doesn't have too much evasion, basically guaranteed Sleep Powder or sleep, right? It's a great, you know, if guys don't want to have fun with the game and just want to sleep cheese everything, then you could run that, right? Which again, the much better unit. But the Striker Bulbasaur is not bad either. It's actually quite fun. I'd say one of the more fun units, especially now that we have Maxi in the game, right? You got Sun from the start over there with obviously much great unit. So you have like 2 Solar Beam users if you want, spamming Solar Beam in there with, again, shiny Venusaur and Maxi. And in here, yeah, it's a Solar Beam unit. The stats are okay. It's max affinity with max potential. Never mind, maybe it's not that great. The speed's not terrible. Again, it's 2 gauge move user, right? So it's not bad. You got +2 crit, +4 speed, and +2 crit here, right? So you max out your crit, you get +4 speed. You don't get any special attack buffs, so if you're running him, you'd need obviously a special attack buffer, right? Over here, you got Crit Strike 1 as well. It's okay. It's a Solar Beam unit. Obviously, Ho-Oh and Groudon are much stronger Solar Beam units, but Venusaur's not terrible either, I don't think. But again, it just gets completely outclassed by both Ho-Oh and Groudon, which in one case Ho-Oh was free, right? But yeah, it's okay, I guess. Anyways, moving to the next shiny. This one I actually like. Usually when I talk about Eggmons, they're all kind of doom and gloom. Oh, this one's bad. That one doesn't do anything. And this one's not great either. Again, you know, I'm not going to be like, you know, some people just tell you that, oh, these really bad units are really nice. No, they're not really good. They have uses, they have interesting uses. You could do really interesting clears and build interesting teams with them, but they're not like objectively, you know, although it's very hard to say how objectively good a unit is, but they're just not great, right? But it is one of the better Eggmons, which again, low bar, right? Because usually most Eggmons are not that great, but this is one of the better Eggmons in my opinion, and this is the shiny Tech Nidoqueen over here, right? This has Hostile Environment 1, increases the chance of your status condition stuff. Dirty Fighting 1 powers up your moves when the opponents are affected by a status condition, which doesn't really matter. You're not going to do damage with this thing. Antitoxin will get poisoned. You got solid stats all around. Well, I wouldn't say all around, but you know, in terms of your speed at least, right? Defenses aren't that great. You have solid HP, I guess. Your attack, special attack stats are not very good. But you do have Poison Sting, which is a very high chance of poisoning the opponent, right, with Hostile Environment 1. On top of that, you have XP to further increase your speed, so you're not a move gauge liability for your team. You got On Your Mark, which gives you some defenses, which is nice, I guess. And then you have Venom Drench, so it's basically Janine, except in my opinion, probably a bit better, just because it's much easier to poison the opponent yourself with Nidoqueen, so you don't have to like run another poison unit, right? Because again, poison, sting, hostile environment one, obviously the chance of poisoning is very, very good there in comparison to what you'd have with Ariados, right? So this is a better Ariados, I'd say, and Ariados again does have some really nice niche, fun ways to run in both, I'd say, Legendary Arena as well as Master Mode, right? Especially in some like stall teams in Master Mode, you could definitely run Ariados, or in this case, Tech Nidoqueen, right? Plus the shiny looks cool, so it's not bad. Anyways, let's get to the new units, the more interesting stuff. Tangela, no shiny Zubats, unfortunately. Tangela, the shiny one is the tech, not the tech, the support one, right? So here's what we got. Here's the 5-star stats. The ones obviously we're looking at are HP and defenses, and sadly they're not really great. I mean, the defenses. Oh, well, here's the defenses. Yeah, I know. Never mind. These are bad. Stats are bad. Like, there's no good stats here. Wow. Yeah, all the stats are bad. There's no good stats. Speed is terrible. Speed is terrible. Defenses, unless you max them to, 20 out of 20, 5-star, max level 3 potential, then okay, you have like 200 on defenses. Otherwise, you're not doing too well there, I'd say. And then your HP is terrible. Even at max potential over here, right? 521 is not great HP. As for your moves, Vine Whip, 1 gauge spam is nice, I guess. You got X Attack All, which is X Attack All, and then Stand Together, which raises defense and speed of all Sync Bears. I don't like it. But then you also have Reflect at the end. It's an okay-ish. Here's a weird thing about Tangela, though. You are a decent defense support, physical defensive support. However, you're not that great tanking moves yourself. So you probably would want to bring like another tank, because again, unless you have like max 20 out of 20, 5-star, level 3 potential, your defensive stats are not that great. And you don't have heals, any methods of healing. And like your defense, it's only like +2 defense on Stand Together. It's not even like +4, let alone +6. So the extra Reflect is nice. But obviously, this comes without saying, Sabrina is a much better Reflect user, miles ahead of Tangela, right? That's not even close. But yeah, it's just an awkward unit. Again, having Reflect is nice, right? If you are running defensive teams, which again aren't super in right now, but if you are running defensive teams, especially physically defensive teams, having Reflect on top of +6 defense, that could definitely help your team tanks a lot of hits, right? But again, like, yeah, there could be some niche uses. For example, if you're like giving the opponent like a lot of like defensive parameters in Master Mode, or HP parameters, whatever, right? Whatever you want to call them. Just long battles. They don't do that much damage to begin with, and then you just keep on buffing your defenses, put Reflect up there, and then you're not doing that much damage. And you're running, a unit that needs physical buffs. So that's where we take Sabrina out of the equation, right? So in that case, okay, maybe you could run Tangela. But then like the other thing is, for much longer stages, well, you don't have any MP refresh on Reflect. It's 1 and done. Technically 2 and done, 2 MP. In comparison, again, Sabrina obviously has a 50% chance to, refresh the Reflect. So I don't really see the point of this unit. Also has Lith, Can't Get Paralyzed, Healing Sun, and Endurance, which... What? Healing Sun? Like, what are you gonna run this thing in a Sun team? No, you're not, alright? So, yeah, like, not a really great unit. Like honestly, like, would you run this thing in a Sun team? what Sun team would use this thing, right? Because you're a physical attack buffer. Typhlosion special. Leon is special, fire type, right? Red is special. What else? Infernape is special. Torkoal is special. Like all your like major, if Delphox is special, all your major fire type damages are special. Like the big, physical one is Hilda, which Hilda doesn't need physical attack buffs. She could get that herself. She needs crit buffs. And then the other argument was I guess Ho was another one, right? If you're running Sacred Fire Ho, that is. And then the other one is Haymaker Red, but then again, you don't max it out. You only give +4 for Haymaker Red, which is obviously you would much rather have +6 on Red instead. So yeah, I don't really see, like, again, you could run it, you could do it. There are, again, very niche situations where you could make it useful, but just overall, there's not much of a point of this unit. Moving on to the tech version of Tangela. This one has First Aid, Troublemaker 1. Oh, I see Troublemaker 1. Is this going to be good? Never mind, it's Stun Spore. Okay. So maybe it's Sleep Powder, but no, it's just Stun Spore. And no one cares about Troublemaker, just Stun Spore. There's like guaranteed, there's like Thunderwave units, right? Why? Who cares about like 90% accuracy, Troublemaker 1, Stun Spore, right? That's First Aid as well. This does have better stats. Defensively, not as good. It does have like a lot more HP than support. Oh my god, there's so much more HP than support Tangela. What the heck? Much more speed, which is nice. Nothing on attack, and you got Vine Whip, X speed, Hang in There, and Stun Spore. So it's basically just a paralysis unit that is very, very fast. That could gradually heal and give yourself defenses, even though you don't have that great defense, but you do have the HP, I guess. So the big upside for this unit is it could take a few hits, right? And it's a very fast unit that could paralyze the opponent. However, a lot of other units that could paralyze are electro types, and a lot of electro types in this game are very, 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 very fast. Even not electro type, like Thunderwave Kalem and Meowstic is incredibly fast. So yeah, I don't really see the point in Tech Tangela here either. Moving on to Striker Tangela. Let's see what we got. First Aid 2 and Recuperation 1. What? Is this like Striker Tangela? Solid offensive stats, I guess. They're not anything crazy, but they're fine. Well, they're not fine at 5-star, but a 5-star max affinity, right? That's what, 325? It's not great, but it's not terrible either, I guess. Speed's also not great, but livable, maybe. Actually, yeah, max potential affinity speed's fine, honestly. HP's not that great, defense, whatever, right? So Striker Tangela got Vine Whip again, X attack, Hang in There. What? Power Whip. What? This makes no sense. The Striker Tangela makes no sense. Why is it? So you have First Aid and Recuperation, 2 healing moves, right? 2 healing moves, then you have defense, special defense buffs, and gradual heals. And you have no offensive multipliers. Why does a Striker Eggmon have all these defensive healing, moves when it doesn't even have like good defense? Like at max 20 out of 20, you got like the max affinity 20 out of 20, you got 163 defenses, which is terrible, right? You have almost 600 HP, but like if you're just at like 5 stars, not even mention, to mention like 3 stars, whatever. At 5 stars, with like no investment, 461 HP, 143 on defenses. What difference is this? This thing is trying to be Steven, but with none of the like no defensive, physical defensive stat to like make up for it. yeah, this thing is they're not great. All the Tangelas are not great. I mean, again, there could be some niche situation where you can run support Tangela, but overall, Tangelas are not really great. However, I would be kind of happy if we or if I hatch. I almost said pull hatch a Technical because I like Technical colors, and I can maybe use it over Jasmine. I guess not Jasmine, Janine. Even though, again, not the best thing in the world, but it's fun sometimes running those comps. So, anyways, that's one. I guys hope you guys enjoy. My guys in the comments down below. Like and enjoy this video. So I have some more fun as content, see you guys in the next one.